What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So I wanted to talk to you about stimulus and get into some of the detail today. I talked about yesterday the $908 billion bill that was a bipartisan bill, and I wanted to talk about something that happened when it comes to that $900 billion bill. So before I get started, please hit that like button. Also hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this one, and make sure that you check out some of the links down below, credit card links, Weeble links, things like that. So I wanted to talk about this because McConnell actually shoots down the $900 billion bill, which is a good thing because it did not contain stimulus checks. It contained something for unemployment, and I'll get into all of the detail actually of that bill. I went into some of it yesterday, but this $900 billion bill, it was a bipartisan bill, and I understand that it should have been shot down because it didn't include everything that needed to be included. But then you look at McConnell's response, and it kind of just doesn't make sense to me. So that's why I wanted to dive into this a little bit. So let's go ahead and dive into the article. So McConnell does shoot down this $900 billion bill. It puts forward an effort to break the legislation stalemate, which is what they were trying to do with this whole coming together, building this bipartisan bill. And it was just hope, really. That's what it was all about. But if it was all about hope, I mean, you need to include things that people want. They both agree on stimulus checks. So why wasn't that in there? And I mean, that is a large portion of the bill. So it would be roughly $300 to $400 billion worth of funding. So that's literally like half of the funding if you're looking at a $900 billion bill. It's close to it. So. But the plan was to aim the expiration of key economic aid programs, including unemployment insurance extension, including PPP, things like that. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and McConnell have not held talks on the relief bill since the 2020 election. I guess she's just focusing on the Senate runoffs just to get that underway. I really don't know what she's doing. But obviously, they just came back. They just started to talk about this stuff 2 days ago. So this is where I just don't understand why we can't get something done. I mean, it's so depressing to say that we have not gotten anything done in 6-7 months. It's ridiculous. And to say that we're going to continue on into the new year without new stimulus. A lot of people said it best in the last video in the comments, and they just said that they're stalling. And I said that they're stalling a while ago just because they want to get to a point where we have vaccines and then they don't have to worry about handing out money. They don't want to have to drive up the debt, but it's not about the debt. It's about the people. Right now, you're going to drive up the debt because if people can't spend money, then that's less taxes coming to you. I don't understand why they think that that's the option. The only reason I can come to is the fact that they want poor people to stay poor. So anybody that's in poverty, they want them to stay in poverty or get deeper into poverty, and then also bring some other people with them, because the more people that are in poverty, the more they have to work for this country in lower paying jobs. And it's very tricky to look at the situation this way, but they try and keep poor people poor and rich people rich. And sometimes they take the middle class and try and make them poor as well. So it's just crazy to see this whole thing play out. The Kentucky Republican who supported about $500 billion in new aid spending, he said he wants to pass what he called a targeted relief bill this year, which McConnell has spoken, said that he wanted the targeted relief bill as well. So hopefully we can get something in place. But the problem is the fact that we don't want to pass something that's small and then have to wait time to get something, smaller, something to partner with that. And that's not what a lot of people want, especially Nancy Pelosi. She wants everything all in one. And that's why she's trying to basically get that takeover or that lead in the Senate, so that, they can get pretty much whatever they want and get the money to people, get the money to states. So that's where her head is, from what I understand. But McConnell just doesn't want to pass really anything. He thinks we need support, but only for businesses. We need support for the PPP and not to give a crazy amount of unemployment, not to give stimulus. So we'll have to see what his thoughts are here. We just don't have time to waste, he told reporters in response to the roughly $900 billion plan put together by bipartisan members of the GOP-controlled Senate and Democrat-held House. So the bill shows that we have people coming together to put something together, which has been the case in the past. We have put together different bills, which just been shot down by either Nancy Pelosi or Mitch McConnell, and it's kind of depressing. McConnell said a must-pass spending bill and pandemic relief provisions will all likely come in one package, which kind of confuses me. I think that terminology, that language, kind of confuses me a little bit, because he's saying that everything must come in one package when he was the one that was really pushing separate stimulus bills to, like, get stimulus checks, to get unemployment, to get this, to get that. Saying that we can do this now and we can do this later. But now he's saying everything has to come into one package, which is more of Nancy Pelosi's mindset. Congress needs to approve funding legislation by December 11th to avoid government shutdown. So my overall thoughts on what's happening now, obviously we just need them to come together to get something in place. And if Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell are not speaking, they haven't spoken since the 2020 elections, it's not good. It's not good. And obviously the White House is not putting out a lot of information like they were. They're not doing those negotiations that they were doing before the elections. I just feel like what everybody else said, is that they're stalling, and they're going to continue to stall until we get some sort of vaccine. And then Democrats are going to push for something, but then Republicans are going to say, people are working, we don't need anything. And it's going to be the same way, the same thing that happened with Barack Obama, to where he had a Republican-controlled Senate, and he could not get anything done. He had to compromise in so many cases. In order to get something done, you had to compromise. Joe Biden said that he's going to do a flurry of executive actions, and I don't know how much that's going to do, because at some point you need Congress to approve things. So let's go ahead and see exactly what's going to happen. I'll make sure to have another stimulus update for you tomorrow to see if there's any more news. But this is not good that he's just shooting it down without any type of real reasoning behind it. Hey, we want to include this, and this. So let me know what you think about the whole situation. I always like to know your thoughts. I always read the comments. I don't respond to all of them because I don't have time to do it. But I do read all of the comments, so please make sure you comment down below and hit that like button. Also, hit the subscribe button and notification bell for more videos just like this one. It helps me out a lot. And check out some of the links down below. That's a way to support the channel. But I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.